Get your special sock out, nerds. This gonna get good.
And I am Iron Man.
What is going on, everyone? We are live on YouTube with V Ken Marion. What is up, my guy?
Yo, what's up, Paul? How's it going? Thank you so much for having me, man. It's been a while. Haven't seen you since New York Comic Con.
Yeah, New York Comic Con. That was a great show. Very excited for it. Had a great show. How was your show overall?
Dude, exhausting. Just so tiring. Yeah, man. Like I did a lot of cons this year. For me, I don't do like a ton, but for me, I did more than I usually do, and like that balanced my workload. Just like it wiped me. I got so sick afterwards for like 3 weeks. I was like, ah. So, but yeah, it was a good time though. It was a good time meeting everyone and like hanging out and talking comics.
Yeah, it was definitely a good show, a moneymaker for sure. That was my last show too. I've been focusing on the bigger shows, doing some exclusives and stuff like that. And I forgot, with you being here, you do get an intro, and I did this just for you, dude. Just for you. This is your intro.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
I love it.
That's for you. I got the clips ready. I'm new to the streaming thing, but I got the clips ready to roll. We're rolling through. Happy to have you on. What have you been working on recently? What's your recent thing that you've been doing?
So I just wrapped on a couple issues for Nightwing, which I'm super stoked about. One of my favorite characters of DC, of all comics, really. Yeah, definitely my favorite Batman character, which is really cool. And I got to do issues 133 and 134, helping finish out the last arc that Dan Waters is writing. And Dexter Soy is the regular artist in the book. So I got to a couple issues. That was super fun. Like I said, like that was a childhood dream come true. And that was the first book I had on a pull list and collected as a kid. So it was definitely like a full circle moment for me to get to draw the book like for real.
What was the first Nightwing book that you were pulling on your pull list? Who was the creative team?
Oh, dude. Okay. It was somewhere in the 80s, I think. It might have been 88, 89, something like that. It was, I believe Devin Grayson was the writer. And can't even remember the artist. I can't.
What type of Nightwing suit was it? Was it with the yellow crest?
No,
was
no,
it
it was
the
it was
classic?
it was the black and blue. This was in like 2003, I want to say, when I started like
Yeah.
buying comics on the reg. And yeah, that was my first book. And I can't remember. It might have been. Wow, the name's slipping me right now. But like I know that Mike Lilly drew the Nightwing issues right soon after I started buying them, and then Scott McDaniel came on to do the Nightwing year one, which was issues 100 through 108 or whatever it was. But yeah, that was that era that I first started drawing, and I read Nightwing like the entire way until that series got canceled, until it was like 160 or something. I got canceled at. So yeah, I was on it the whole way through high school and college.
Did you so now you did Green Lantern, right? You did some fill-ins for Green Lantern. You were doing a lot of covers for them, which we'll show in a little bit. And then now you're doing Nightwing. And then do you have anything else on the horizon since you just wrapped that up? Is it something you're allowed to discuss?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't say exactly what it is, but more Green Lantern stuff is coming up next year. Yeah, I know, I'm stoked.
Nice.
And with my boy Kyle Rayner, so that's gonna be really fun. And what else? I got my creator-owned book that I'm still working on, and I've got another thing, another creator-owned thing that I'm totally separate from everything Sol-Stryker, that I've been working on. So that's something I've been working on the back burner. I'm kind of actually working on it a lot right now, like before the holidays, just because I've got time right now to work on some stuff. But I've also got some covers in the works too. So I've got like a ton of stuff, and a lot of it I can't really say. I'm doing a cover for Vaughn, so I can say that. I'm doing a cover for Vaughn Coleman.
That's cool. Vaughn Coleman,
yeah.
Phenomenova. That's cool.
Yeah. And
you wanted to get one of those awesome covers. You done one, of course, with us. You've done Geiger. You've done so many cool things recently. Been collecting them all, like this one right here.
That was so much fun, man. That
Yeah, we're gonna.
we when you hired me to do that one, we talked about it being like a classic homage to like fighting game select screens,
Yeah.
and so that was that definitely scratched the itch, from my youth of playing fighting
Because
games,
it's
Street
what I
Fighter.
see when I see it's like it's animated, it can pop, video game. I'm a big video game guy. It definitely works and people love it. It honestly, so what usually happens with Project Naosis, if I have a variant cover, I only really reprint one after, like, because it's just like so much to keep reprinting 3 different covers.
Mhm.
So when we did our Kickstarter, and I'll showcase it in a bit. I printed them without the episode 5 on it, and those were exclusive, I think, to 75 copies. Now they all have episode 5 on it, and this has been like our main cover now. This is the one we always sell, so
Nice,
it's a
nice.
sick cover. And I'm excited to go into some of the stuff you sent me. I want to say what up to the chat. We have Caffeinated Wolf, my guy Andrew. Let's go. Gotta
Yeah,
give
what's up,
him
Andrew?
a nice intro for him. I made this specifically for him as well, so hopefully he's still on with us.
What are you
Let's
all
see.
doing here? Rescuing you, of course.
Nice. There you go. There's your intro, my guy.
Yeah.
We have Ryan Strempike. Hi, guys. Awesome. Hello to you too. And you also will get an intro. And what should it be? It should be
Oh my God!
RKO out of nowhere, dude. You're a big wrestling guy? Not too much, right?
I don't know anything about wrestling.
Yeah.
That was something that I totally missed it growing up. It just wasn't. I
Video
remember seeing
games
the
was your thing.
Yeah, video games, cartoons, comic books, all that stuff. Yeah, I remember I would see the wrestling toys when I was a kid because I grew up in the early '90s and mid through all throughout the whole '90s, and they used to have wrestling action figures. And I remember thinking like they just looked like guys in their underwear. I'm like, what is this? Like I want like superheroes and like robots and stuff. Like so, yeah, wrestling never spoke to me growing up. But like now as an adult, I can understand and appreciate why people like it because like the storytelling and like it's kind of like comic books in real life. So it's pretty
For
cool.
sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I can definitely
It's
appreciate it
similar
more now.
storytelling. That's why I like a weekly episodic. I've been trying to dive into different things to try to consume as much content as possible. Stranger Things is on my thing. Don't spoil anything if you watch it. And
Yeah.
I'm on that binging. And speaking of awesome binging, this was the first thing I wanted to showcase. Your amazing cover that you did, that you actually did lines and inks for. Now, when you do your art process, is everything you're doing now, even for DC, everything's lines and inks and pencils? Like you have all the original art?
Yeah, yeah, pencils and inks. Yeah, yeah. I started inking myself. I started out just as penciling. And when I first broke in, I was working at Aspen Comics, and they would color just right off my pencils. So like there was no inks; it was just pencil art that I drew super super tight, and then like
Yeah.
leveled it up in Photoshop, and they colored that. And then when I went to DC, I started working with inkers, and then I worked with some great inkers: Sandy Floria, Dexter Vines, Ray McCarthy, Norm Ratmond, Sean Parsons. Like I worked with a bunch of great inkers. But then when COVID hit, I started like I had a lot of time, so I just started kind of messing around and inking myself. And in conjunction with that, right before COVID hit, I did some concept art work for a movie, and that all had to be like I like line art, like inking, coloring, everything. So like that's where I kind of started with it, like inking myself. But then like when COVID hit, I started like applying that to actual page work to see if I could do it fast enough. And now, yeah, so now I just ink myself completely. And it's actually faster for me to ink myself than it is to tightly pencil for another inker to work on it. So I'm making myself now.
Now you said for the movie company, so you're doing more storyboard type layouts. Was it animation? Was it like what was that?
That was concept art, so it's mostly like character designs, character concept art. I can't really talk about
Nice.
it because the movie hasn't come out yet. And this was a long time. So just to give you a little insight how long things take. This was like 2019, and the movie hasn't come out yet, so I can't talk anything about it. I can't show anything from it, but it was a super fun experience. Like I'd love to do more of it.
Yeah, I think it was 2021. I got picked up from the director Timur. I'll butcher his last name, but he directed Wanted, and I made a whole
Oh,
book
yeah.
for him. I hired the whole art team. We designed this whole thing, and he's been, they've been pitching it around, and it's the same thing. It's like I can't even show one picture of a 28-page comic book, which I wrote,
Yeah.
co-created, and like did all this crazy stuff for. It really is. It takes so many years. Like things in comics are monthly, so everyone thinks like fast. You're used to the TikTok or Instagram, and then when
Yeah.
stuff like this stuff takes years, dude.
Yeah, it does. And sometimes things get fast tracked, like I'm sure but like I mean even look at like the slate of DC movies, right? Like how many have they announced that like haven't come out yet or so who knows,
Yeah, who knows, dude? And speaking back on what we were discussing earlier, which was this amazing cover that you did, approached you at Garden State Comic Fest. I loved your work, which we'll look at too on Death Shroud. And when I actually came up to your booth, looking at all the cool art, it clicked in my head. You were with your dad, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, we got to get a cover." And this was so sick. Everyone loves this cover. It sells, it flies. Video game 101. You know, you got your Omega, Lithium, Hellsate, Banshee, Thorn, Crimson Pain, and then the two squared up. I use this as a background of so many things. It's just such a great piece. The detail's insane. I know we thought of a couple different options if it should be two covers, sideways cover, all that stuff, but this is so perfect. And you know, it's definitely a one of one because there really isn't. There is video game covers, but you know, you definitely took your own spin on it, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm super stoked about how it came out. I'm glad we didn't do like sideways or anything because like I like that it just fits like a normal cover. You know what I mean? Because like whenever you start messing around with format, like it always gets complicated. You know, so
Yeah,
I like that
especially
we
like
just
how do you present it? You put it sideways. People are like, "What is this?" You know, and then this is just
yeah
fits perfect. You see the full character. It made me design their own like Crimson Pain Omega. They never had like their own thing, so it's like cool that I
yeah
had to get that done. But the player one shit was so cool. The lines and inks were sick of this. Amazing, cool artwork. If you think it's cool, you can hit up V Ken for that. This was a cover that you did, right? It was for Green Lantern. Do you
yeah.
remember what issues this was for? I know it was half and half.
Um, I can look it up right now. I'm so bad with like issue numbers and stuff. Just give
It's
me one
okay
sec.
because
Yeah.
your all
So
your
yeah, this was
brain goes to the lines and inks of this. This was one of the craziest covers I ever seen. I was so happy. I think I reposted this for you at least 6 times. That you
oh
just
thanks,
kept,
man.
you know,
So
kept doing
I
this because
believe
there's
it
no work like this.
was. Let me see. I think
Look
it
at
was issue
that.
26. So the left side was Green Lantern 26, and the right side was Green Lantern Core. Ba, 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 ba.
Now,
So
I
it's
know
Green
how
Lantern
we
Core
did things. I'm
4,
really
I think.
simple. We just
Yeah.
texted back and forth and decided what to do for a cover, and I let you roll. What is the process? DC Comics, Green Lantern. How does this cover come about? Is there a script involved? Who's telling you the script? And then how did this piece, like something symmetrical like this, come together?
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to shout out my colorist on this is Pasquale Ferreira. He did all the amazing like painter work on it. So I did penciling ink like I normally do, and then he came and digitally painted on top of it. So that's how we get that like really lush kind of like different look from all my other work. It's because he like painted right on top of it, and I was super stoked when I saw it because he actually maintained like my style, but like on
Yeah.
top of with the colors. So he just knocked it right out of the park. Can't sing his praises enough. But yeah, how
Now,
it came about was my editor reached out to me, and it was originally this one was originally just going to be the left side. It was a Green Lantern cover, and he was like, "We're going to have in the story the entities are going to come back, and we want to have the Green Lanterns riding the entities." And he's like, yeah, you can do like you can highlight Kyle if you want, have him riding Ion, and then and then just have other characters riding them like dragons, like Game of Thrones. And so I came up with a couple different layouts, and we came up with the side layout. And I thought obviously it'd be cool to have Kyle front center because he's my favorite, and then having Hal kind of like chaining Parallax, which I thought would be a cool idea, and then Carol riding the Predator, and then that was really all I had room for on the cover. So I didn't have room to put any of the other ones on there.
you got
Um,
Hal here too, though, right? This is Hal
yeah,
Jordan.
yeah. How's chaining Parallax and like riding like he's like got him like harnessed, you know.
So
Where the
cool.
other two are just kind of like surfing on them because they're like bonded with them like emotionally. So yeah, so that was the first one, and then my editor came back a couple weeks later. He was like, "Hey, I think we can make this a double cover, like because the way you set it up, it's like kind of facing one side. You want to do like for the event, like the other side of the bad guys kind of facing squaring off with them." So I was like, "Hell yeah!" So like it was kind of interesting because like I didn't originally envision it as two covers, but it just kind of worked out perfectly compositionally that it worked. And like I just got the two pieces of paper out, lined them up, and I got them squared up, and then yeah, and then in Photoshop I just kind of lined up the edges, and then whatever didn't line up, there was one part I think like somewhere on the Predator's arm that didn't line up perfectly because I didn't have the board cut flush because they were originally two separate boards, and so Pasquale just he was able to just blend it in the paints really well. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
super stoked about how it came out.
Now, this piece, like the cover, is it the
Mhm.
writer gave you this instruction or is it more the editor?
No, so it was definitely it was my editor Paul Kaminsky. He was the one that came up with the like the idea of them surfing on
Yeah, it's
the
so
entities.
cool.
See if I can pull up the actual original art here. Right here. Should have it here somewhere. I just don't remember what binder it's in.
Caffeinated Wolf, generally one of my all-time favorite GL covers, Green Lantern covers, pure fire. Andrew, did you see your intro
thanks,
before, man?
Andrew.
Did you see your intro before? Let me know, dude. I'll do it again for
Here
you,
we go.
buddy.
Here we go. So here we go. Here's the original art of it. So like it's like, yeah, and so you can see there's the border between the two of them, because they're two completely separate pages.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's going up there. Yeah.
Sick.
Thank you. And then we did another double cover as well after that, me and Pasquale, for the same event. And that one, because I knew it was going to be double cover going in, like I was able to like line it up and cut the edges. So this one, like, that's the other one that we have.
Sick. And then
Thanks,
where do
man.
people buy this original art that it has?
Yeah, so my art rep is modernmythologycomicart.com. His name's Josh Raybuck. We're actually running a sale right now this week. It ends on this Friday coming up, the 12th. Yeah, Friday the 12th at midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm running a gift bundle right now. So I've got 6 covers, I think, that are part of the gift bundle for the Green Lantern. So it's all my Green Lantern covers and a couple promo Green Lantern pieces I did for DC that if you buy one of those covers, you're going to get a free copy of the holofoil chase variant of Sol-Stryker, 2 Green Lantern stickers, and then a 9x12 pencil sketch of any character of your choice, a half body pencil sketch that I'm going to do. So if you want to take advantage of that offer, you can go to my Instagram or my Twitter, and it's right there. You can see the covers that are available, and then you can reach out to Josh at modernmythologycomicart.com, and you can get the holiday bundle.
Yeah, I'm trying to if you can send me the link, I could put it in the if you could send it to me through the private chat. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I can send you the link to the website.
Yeah. Send me the link to the website so I could pin it here so I could blow it up. And Caffeinated Wolf said, "What? No, I didn't see it," and that makes me sad. So now you will get it again.
What are you all doing here? Rescuing you, of course.
And then just because of that, you didn't see it. Very upset. But now we're good. So cool, dude. Artwork's sick. It stands out on a shelf. I go to tons of different comic stores, and that one definitely pops. And I've seen it all over, which is really cool. It's definitely a really cool piece of art from Green Lantern. I really hope they keep putting you on more cool things like they're doing, because stuff like this is crazy. Oh, we got another quick little message from Kabuto Studio. Shout out Ken, absolute top comic artist. Currently recently work on Green Lantern Corps with the Entity War was amazing.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And for that,
thank you so much, Kabuto Studios. Thank you.
We are educating V Ken on some cool wrestling moments right now. So here's another one for him.
Randy in position for another curb stop.
There you go. That's for you. Another one. Your cover for Final Boss sold out in my shops here in Arizona. That is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That's cool cover. Final Boss is super cool. I read that one recently as well. And saying that it is the best, the greatest. Let me see if I have it. We could do a nice little one of these. Thank you for saying that. That was a sellout because we need to hear it.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, Death Shroud.
It means a lot.
Green Lantern, Death Shroud, Sol-Stryker, V Ken's work pops so hard. And don't forget Project Naosis. Cover kills. Look at that.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude. We got some good people in the chat. I'm happy. I did my first stream, I think 2 weeks ago because we have that new campaign out, Lethal Leopard. And I had Igor on it. Now I'm going. I'm just being my own brand now. That's how we do it. And the first guys I'm having on are all the guys that were cool enough to do some work with me. So this right here, was this a cover?
Yep, that was a cover. That was for Green Lantern Corps. No, Green Lantern. Oh, see, I can't remember.
It's okay. Just Green Lantern Corps. Run me through these Green Lanterns real quick.
So Kyle Rayner is the main one in the front. John Stewart is the one who's like kind of second one back. Yeah. Simon Baz is behind him. He's the one that, that one right there. Guy Gardner's all the way at the bottom way in the back, and Kelly, that's Kelly in the bottom right.
Kelly's the one that's the new
part.
absolute Green Lantern, right?
No, Kelly is she's like they call her the Teen Lantern. She's got a gauntlet, like a Chrono
That's pretty
gauntlet.
cool.
Yeah.
And this
So
guy
the
came from
absolute
the
Green
new
Lantern stuff.
52 era.
Yeah. Signed badge from the new 52 era. Yeah.
I like his design a lot. I think it's cool. It's different. Like I love how the majority of the Green Lanterns got signature looks like that, and I'm happy
Mhm.
Kyle stands out. He's honestly one of my favorite Green Lantern, especially as a kid. He was the one that popped. You know, I had black hair. He had black hair. I'm like, that's me, dude. That's me. You know?
Yeah, no, he
And
was my favorite as a kid. Because like his suit looks so different, you know, like, and that's what I think was so cool about it. And like they went through an era during like the 2000s where like they made his suit look more like a normal Green Lantern suit, and I'm really glad they kind of went back to like his 90s look, because to me that's his definitive, like the all black, the green like accents, you know, it just looks cool.
This right here, was this a cover? I know you have this as a giant
Yep.
print.
Yeah, that's cover 2. That was for Green Lantern 24, I believe.
This
Yeah.
one's sick. How long does something
Thank
like
you.
this take you? Like, look at all this detail, guys. Chat, check this
Takes
out.
a while, you know, probably from beginning to end, like a day and change. So like you know, maybe like I don't really ever time myself. So like I mean sometimes it goes faster, sometimes it goes slower, depending on if it's flowing or not. But like on average, probably like 10, 12 hours, something like that.
So
Maybe a little less.
DC Comics, they hit you up saying cover. What was the description for something like this? That there's so many little things into it. There's airplanes, there's dragons, there's guns. He's pulling out the full arsenal. How does that come about?
I mean, so this was just like, you want to do a Green Lantern variant cover? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, can I just do it? They said it was gonna be like an art, and like the art variant covers were like the logo is like small in the corner, so it's like art, it's kind of like focused. And I was just like, can I just do like a cool like Hal idea? And they're like, yeah, just send us some layouts. And I came up with this idea of like Hal just like unloading everything like at once. And I wanted like an homage to like Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z, you know. So that's why I got like his clothes all ripped up and everything. And that's the one they picked, and that's the angle and everything that they liked the best. So yeah. So this one was pretty much all me, like coming up with like the ripped clothes, the arsenal, everything that in it. Like there's little homages to things that I love in the constructs. So if you're eagle-eyed, you can see certain things that
This one's
may or may
absolutely
not
sick.
be similar to like other weapons or something from other things.
And I feel like this would have been a great interior too. It's like, how did they not see this and go, we need this inside every book, you know? Like this one's crazy, dude. This one's
Appreciate
crazy.
that.
Did you ever sell this art?
I still have that one. That's one of the ones that's part of the promotion for this week, the gift bundle promotion. That is one of the covers.
Did you send me the link in the private chat?
I emailed it to you because I'm not logged into YouTube, so
Okay,
I couldn't
got it.
send it to the private chat. Yeah.
I'll check in a second. Now, what do we got going on here? This is so cool. Interior page from Green Lantern Corps.
This Green Lantern, the main series.
Nice.
26, Green Lantern 26, I think.
Sick.
Well, I might just fair warning to to people in the chat. I might be off with these numbers because I'm terrible at remembering what numbers these are from. But it was part of the event over the summer. What was it called? Oh my god! I'm like with Sorrow and the vampire guys. Yeah.
Now,
this was
the writer on this was Jeremy Adams.
Yep, Jeremy Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Adams was super
he's
cool
the man.
guy.
Jeremy. Oh yeah, I just want to take a side note here on Jeremy. He's like such a great collaborator. Such a cool dude. Like me and him like click really well when we're thinking about these stories and stuff. And I got the chance to hang out with him at New York Comic Con, and like we just jive on like the kind of stories that we like. And it's been like an absolute blast working with him. He's got such cool ideas for Green Lantern, and like I heard what's coming up in the future, and it's like so sick, his ideas. So big shout out to Jeremy. Jeremy's the man.
Yeah, Jeremy's super cool. I didn't know he made all those Mortal Kombat movies and stuff like that and wrote all the script for it. I think that's so cool because I saw him at Terrificon. I bought Flash Gordon from him, gave me a lot of cool insight. He was super helpful, super insightful, and he's super nice, man. You know, so like it was cool. And when I did bring you up, I told him I definitely showed him the cover that we did. I might even gave it to him, but he said nothing but nice things about you. You know, that's always good to hear too. It's like, I love people like that. It's like, I bring you up. He's like, wow, I love, you know, you were doing the book with him. I actually around that time, probably that was when your issues were coming out.
Yeah.
So nothing nice things to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, sorry. I was just saying, like, I feel so lucky to be working with Jeremy. Like, such a good, cool dude. Come on.
Super cool. I enjoy him.
Yeah.
I like that he does the con circuit. You do the con circuit. I know you're dying down a little bit this year to focus on all the things that you're doing, but it's good to have you there because it shows everyone like that's really like it's literally. I know it's only one cover, but that's how I saw you. I was like, hey, let's do a book. You know, it's just like quick. You know, so Caffeinated Wolf. I got to get you on a Blue Shift piece soon.
I would love to do that, Andrew. That'd be awesome. I like the design for that character a lot. Like it's like a speedster Flash-esque character. Very, very cool. I've been seeing lots of the posts on online, and your artist working on it's awesome. Edu.
Definitely a cover, bro. Come on. We got to get him on that. Boom, boom. Kyle. We are yesterday. Is that maybe that's a line? I don't know. He said, oh, wait, never mind. Caffeinated Wolf. Man, what is it like to work with the caliber of writer that Jeremy is?
I mean, it's super awesome, man. When the first thing I did with him was the Green Lantern Fractured Spectrum, like one shot, and I was stoked because like I just was like a fan. Like I loved his run on Flash, and I loved what he was doing with Green Lantern. So I was so excited to work with him. And then he's also super collaborative. Like he responds to every email. He's always like got like cool ideas to throw out. He like will tailor little elements of scripts like for the artist, which is really cool. So yeah, he's like absolute pleasure to work with. Like definitely like one of the best working experiences I've had.
Another quick question. If Blue Shift gets approved for a full book, you'll bet I'll be pulling you to get a cover 100%. That is super cool.
Can't wait.
I'm Marvel Jesus, you dull creature, and I will not.
Thank you. Told you I got these things ready, dude. I'm ready for this thing. I got so many cool things. And speaking about cool things, back to some artwork. Super cool. I love this. You know, I really haven't picked up Green Lantern. I picked up the issues you had, of course, just to examine the art because it's just so cool. It's such a cool style. Very, very, you know, animated-esque, you know, and I feel like it fits so perfect with everything they're really doing in the Absolute Universe stuff too, which is, you know, I hope they get you on a Batman cover. I need that in my life.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, I would love to do some Absolute Batman or Superman. That'd be so dope.
Dude, they're so cool. They pop. You have a abstract style. They put in some different people on those fill-ins. You know, I feel like your stuff fits right in there with everything that they're doing. Now, what's going on here, man? What's going on here? He's a White Lantern now. What's going on?
So Kyle has his new ability now is that he can like power up into like a White Lantern form. Kind of like, again, going back to the Dragon Ball Z thing, kind of like Super Saiyan. Like that's like his like ability is like a battle power up that he has, but he can only hang on to it for a very short amount of time because it takes like so much of his energy. So that's part of his story going forward now is how he like is going to learn to master this ability. Yeah. See, so like when he's cool. Like White Lantern, he's like ultimate. Yeah.
Now, is this something that Jeremy comes up with? Is this something that they come to Jeremy with and you with? Like, how does it like they say, hey, we're going to start powering him up?
You'd have to ask Jeremy about that. I don't quite know how that came about. I just know that I was stoked that I got to draw it.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yeah.
I would assume, and this is Paul assuming, not V Ken, that it was his idea. Now, what do we got going on over here?
Yeah, so this is from the next issue. This is 28, I believe. So this was like the wrap up from that event. The Starbreaker Corps. That was the event. It was called Starbreaker Corps. And Starbreaker War. And so this is like the wrap up from that event. It's like Hal returning to Earth, and this kind of like it was not a cleanup reset, but it was kind of like winding down the last event and setting up the next group of stories that are going to come for the rest of the year. So it's a fun one to see. And this is like Hal. This was like him. This is kind of like a back to intro Hal for like new readers, and just kind of like resetting the table and showing like why he's awesome and all the cool stuff he can do.
Yeah, literally why he's awesome. You know, you see the emotion, super cool. Flying him around. I love it. Love the Green Lantern stuff. And then of course he lands them. And then we get to the next. These panels are so sick. Love the layouts. Now, similar thing like for DC, they're like, hey, this is a 5-panel page. Is it like, hey, they tell you how big the panel should be? How does that work?
So they don't. So they basically break it down by like what a script will look like is like it'll break it down by page. So page one, this is happening, and it'll usually say page one. Like so, for example, this page one, panel one, Sal lands on the building, and then there's like the dialogue balloons, right? And not every writer is different. Some are way more detailed with their direction than others. But I prefer when people aren't detailed with the direction because I like to come up with like the storytelling and the storyboarding, so to speak. So like for me, this is all me coming up with the camera angles, the panel sizes, all that. That's all on the artist to come up with all that. So
Yeah, it's
that's
super
one of
cool. And
my.
then Jeremy
Oh,
comes
thank
in
you.
and fills in the dialogue.
Yeah, and like for like this example, right? Like while I'm doing it, like just as like I'll come up with stuff like on the fly. Like when I was drawing, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if you put the sun behind his head, kind of like a halo, like in like religious paintings and that show like angels with halos. Like, oh, that'd be like a fun thing to put in there. Like just like little like things like that. Yeah, they'll just come up with on the fly. But yeah, like that's one of the things that I pride myself on with my work is my storytelling because like what I want my stuff to convey is like really dynamic, really fluid, lots of movement, lots of energy, and like fun and big in your face, like kind of like moments, like because like when I read scripts, like I can see it in my head like the slower, kind of more introspective way to do it, and like the bigger, more bombastic way to do it. And like I always lean toward big and bombastic, and like I just want people to like have tons of fun when they're reading my books. I want them to feel like they're like a kid again, and like for that feeling they had when they first discovered comics. Like that's what I want them to get from my book and my books I work on. And like I think the best way to start that is with the layouts and how you storytell and like all the rendering and all of like the little style that all is like almost like finishing touches or dressing on top of it. But to me, like the real bones of like my artistic style is in the storytelling and the page layouts and like the design.
Like this one's absolutely sick. You know,
Thank you.
I'm horrible with names too. I'm horrible with remembering certain things. So I knew you from your artwork, and when I saw the character, I knew it right away. And I told you how big of a fan I was of this design and the artwork pop. This was really my introduction into you. And I know you have so much work and ended up picking up so much stuff later. Like I know you did a couple pages on one of the was it Bad Blood or something? I don't know. There was a book that Rob Liefeld did, and every like 2 pages was different
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. It was the Prophet remaster and the Brigade remaster.
Yeah,
I did
Brigade. I think it
pages
was
of
the
both of those. Yeah.
Brigade thing. Yeah, it was super
Yeah.
cool
That was
to
awesome to get to
see
be part of
that.
that.
But then now, once I know, like I had your face with the art, with the thing. Now, when I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, you could tell from like a mile away, which is like
Oh,
crazy,
thanks.
And it's a
Thank you.
good style.
That means a lot, man, because like that was always something that I struggled with growing up. Well, like not struggled with, but like was worried about because like I've obviously like Jim Lee and Michael Turner were like my two biggest influences growing up. And like for a long time I was scared my work looked too much like those guys. Like it was like too much like trying to be someone else. So like to know that like you can tell my style right away, that really means a lot.
Yeah, 100%. Like this going on here, so sick. You shared this as a double page spread. Now, is this from the original issue or is this from
This is
the the,
from
the big
the
one?
big this is from the big one from the big complete one that's available on Rip Ascend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so sick. I'm happy they picked this up and they gave this the full light, which it deserves, because the art, let alone, is crazy. How many pages did you end up doing for Death Shroud?
Oh wow, a lot. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I want to say 7 24-page issues, either 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember
So
you
something
told
like that.
me,
Yeah,
originally, and this was before you this got announced and everything, of course, and you were like you're like, I have so much of this artwork done. He's like, I wish I could show everyone. And then when this thing gets
yeah,
announced, it was so cool to see that you had all these books ready to roll, and it just shows like what a big showcase.
yeah. No, and shout
um
out to Chad Larson, the creator of Death Shroud, for having me on the book. I know Kanan White did the first issue, so he's the one that actually designed the character. But then chapters 2 till the end of this first volume, I did all the art, and yeah, when you picked me to be on the book, it was so awesome because it was like getting to kind of hit that like Spawn,
mhm.
Venom, Darksiders kind of itch. You know what I mean? That like early '90s kind of like dark anti-hero kind of storytelling, because like I haven't really done a lot of that previously, and like that's stuff that I loved growing up. So it was so cool to get to scratch that itch and then bring my kind of anime kinetic style infused into it a little bit. And that was something that I talked to Chad with a lot about, was like like Darksiders was like Joe Mad's art and Darksiders was like my big touch point for like how I want this to go, and like that kind of energy, that kind of like in your face like action and bombast and like just crazy like scenes, like that was really what I was leaning into. And yeah, a big thanks to Chad for having me on, and like hopefully we'll be able to do more. And we've got this character called Shadow Slayer that's part of the Death Shroud universe that I'm like dying to get some work done on, because that's a super cool character as well, and that's one that I got to co-create with Chad.
Yeah, I love the designs of the characters. It definitely made everything pop. I saw the comment section I wanted to showcase, and then I found something to pull up too. Caffeinated Wolf. I want to see Ken on a cover of Absolute Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Make them connecting variants. I agree. You know, you
That'd
did
be
this
sick.
recently. Yeah, you did this for Ghost Machine. I thought it popped so well. I don't have them all lined up. I wish I did, but I found it on X Quick. And the Geiger one, I picked this up from you at Garden State. This one is sick, and it connects to their three main core characters from Geiger, Rook Exodus. This one was sick.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Detail on that is insane. And then I love this red coat one too. Have this one
Yeah,
as
dude,
well.
they're all so much fun. Yeah.
Like sick characters, sick designs, and you definitely bring it to the next level. More Buster swords.
Hell yeah, always more Buster swords. In Green Lantern, Jeremy actually wrote in a panel where Hal cuts off the hand of one of the Starbreakers to cuts off his hand that's wearing the Starbreaker core ring, and he's like, the Starbreaker, he could grow to be like this giant human, like he's like huge giant, and he's like, in the script was like, Hal makes a construct of like a big Final Fantasy type sword, go nuts. So I straight up made it like the Buster sword with like the Green Lantern insignias where the materia slot should be. I changed it a little bit so it's not 100%, but yeah, any chance to throw in the Buster swords, I'm there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Caffeinated Wolf, I couldn't agree more. Having fun layouts that aren't just basic panel 1, basic panel 2 box, etc. For sure. You know, it definitely, you need the dynamic mix up. There's a time and a place for panels like that. And there's also time and a place where, you know, the artist really has to just showcase the story. And that's really how it always should be. My first script, I had no idea how artists worked. And when I worked with Corey Hampshire, I just sent him this highly detailed thing and he was just doing things how he wanted. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this ever again. You know, it's just like, but it was better than what I said. And I'm trying to put like the cup needs to be on the chair and the fucking too much waste of energy information.
Yeah.
What is it? This move forward. And then when an artist does it, it's good to even switch up the dialogue to match with the artwork even better. To really
there's some instances, like if it has to do with the story, like say like your example of like the cup, right? Like if like they're in a room and there's a cup on the chair and like the end of the scene ends with them like something important with that cup, like say there's like the key to the universe is in the cup and they have to take it out at the end of the scene, like it's good to know that at the beginning of the scene, like throwing that in, be like, hey, FYI, this item has to be in the room somewhere and it's gonna end. Like that for us is good to know, because I've read scripts sometimes where like something like that will pop up, like, oh, and they're leaving, they pick this thing up, and I'm like, wait, what? And like, so I'll have to like go back and like, that's why that was like way early in my career when that happened. So now I like do layouts for the entire book first before I start penciling anything, just so that for things like that, like, so I know where the storytelling is going from page 1 to the end. And if things have to get changed earlier, like example, like a cup that needs to be there, I could go back in and like add in layouts just so I know, you know.
Now I see a couple awesome comments as well. Artists who can follow Kane on a book is very rare air, and Ken is one of them. 100%. Love his artwork.
You. Yeah, Kanan's awesome. He set a very high standard for that first issue. So yeah, it's really cool to be on the same book as him. I haven't gotten to meet him in person yet. So hopefully I'll see him at a convention one of these days.
Yeah, we did a live stream with him last week, and he was super energetic because I just had him do a cover too, which was super sick. I'll show you after. And this is such a nice comment.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And speaking back, we got a quick hello, Chris Bouchard. Hello, Paul and VK.
Hey, Chris.
Hello to you. Hello to you. And with that, you can get a very long intro as well.
To me, my X-Men.
Nice. There you go.
Nice.
We're here for days, man. And back to we're manifesting it for you here. The absolute triple cover variant. Make them foil.
Foil, yeah.
Make them foil. can approve. I think that was talking about the swords before. The logo and the Metria slots made me seal clap. Can't even lie.
Oh, so glad you saw it. You noticed that when you're reading the book. Yeah.
And we have foil variant. Hello, foil variant. Yes, more foil variants. This is your first comment in the chat. You as well will get an intro. Let me see what I got. Maybe something cool. We're here to educate V Ken on some wrestling. Yes, we need Shadow Slayer. And is there an issue 2 from your book, VK?
There is that we're working on right now. It's not even close to being done yet, though. Unfortunately, the reality of making indie comics is that you kind of have to do it on the side from like your main thing that brings in income. So I've been really swamped with DC stuff, so I haven't had a ton of time yet to start working on book 2. But we are writing it, and we're deep in the writing process of it. So I'm hoping maybe next summer to have it ready, but that's all really going to depend on what my work schedule and stuff. I know it stinks like to hear like you have to wait for things. Like I totally get it. Like as a fan, like I know like it just sucks waiting for stuff. But like just just like the financial reality of it, I've got to do other stuff to bring in income. So there's only so much time in the day. So
just make it 24 pages. Don't make another massive one. Just get the 24 pages out.
That was something that we're talking about, is like we want to,
it's better off
to go. Yeah.
When I first did Project Naosis and I knew nothing, I did the first book 20 pages, and then every book after I'm like, I'm gonna do 40 pages every book. And my issue 1 was 40 pages, but it was just like, oh my god, I wish I did it in 2. I can make double the money. It's just like things like that too, which is like, just get it out. And now we just fulfilled our 12th Kickstarter, and we're doing our 13th now, so
yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, I know, because when I making it like the graphic novel size, like I wanted it to be even bigger. Like I wanted it to feel like a manga volume, like a big chunk of story, but it was just like it's just too expensive to produce like that, you know what I mean, like in those chunks. Like it is really crazy. I mean, for people who don't know, like it's really expensive making comics. I mean, it's not as expensive as making movies and stuff, but like as like one person doing it on the side, there's a lot of money that goes into it. So it's one of those things that I mean, better than anyone, like how expensive it can be. So
yeah, it ranges depending on the page count. I would say like 6,000 to 10,000 a book, and then once you get your trade. But that's why it's good to also, like I said, for if you just palm out that 24 pages and then you get 3 of them, then you got to trade, you triple sell it. Igor, my guy, who we have a campaign with right now, Lethal Leopard. Hey, you two, can't wait to get my copy of Death Shroud. Keep being great. Igor, thanks so much. Igor right now, he's one of the lead art directors for the Ripperverse, and he's the man.
What up, Igor?
He's so cool. And with that, he gets an intro. What intro? There we go. And, we're getting there, dude. We're getting there. Thanks for checking us out. I appreciate it. We're going to be live with Igor Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll post that link later today. Caffeinated Wolf, I need to go get the foil variants of Sol-Stryker #1. Where could someone get Sol-Stryker #1?
Yeah, we have them on sale. So they are available on the Indiegogo page, but Indiegogo. So we did a second chance campaign on Indiegogo once our Kickstarter wrapped up, and we kept it in demand. But Indiegogo just shifted everything around, and so I've kind of been having issues with Indiegogo now. So I would say for right now, see me at a convention to buy the foil variants. We're hoping to get a store up pretty soon, like a web store. But yeah, you could also go to my art rep and buy them through my art rep too, and I can mail them out that way as well. Just tell them like which
hit
covers
them
you
up.
want.
Hit up V Ken on Instagram and Twitter too. If you have any questions, don't leave him hanging. He would love to sell any of this stuff. We'll find a way. And then for people in the chat, we're just going to keep this up for a second. Buy all the original art that we're showcasing. Everything's done, lines and inks. V Ken killing it. Shout out my boy Igor. Yes, good community. That's another reason why I wanted to do this too and start streaming. It's like build their own brand, show how cool everybody is. We're all cool. Just trying to make some kick-ass comic books. I love this, dude. This is so fucking crazy.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh yeah, and going back, like Indiegogo, it is you can buy them from Indiegogo. So if you buy them through Indiegogo, I will send them out immediately. Like the foil variants are available on there, and all the standard covers are on there. I believe that's the only things that are on there, though, are the standard covers and the foil variants.
Now,
because
you have tons of great work. You just made your own IP, Sol-Stryker. What is Sol-Stryker? I know you raised how much? 50,000 on Kickstarter?
42, I think.
42
on Kickstarter.
Still amazing, still very amazing. You made this. What is the premise? Do you mind giving us a quick pitch on what is Sol-Stryker?
Yeah, so it's a fantasy sci-fi concept with like a little flair of superhero thrown in. So think like Final Fantasy meets Gundam meets X-Men. It's kind of the overall like vibe of it. And it takes place in this fantasy world called Impera, where humans have been at war with like this race of creatures called Fomorians, monstrous race of creatures, and like this militarized war. And that's sort of the setting that it kicks off. And the story follows the princess of the kingdom of the humans and her journey to bring peace to their world, and it all goes about from there. But
there's only a couple IPs that I see and go, wow, this could easily be something huge, and just the designs alone, dude.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted it to feel like all the stuff I loved growing up. You know, like I just wanted it to be like that feeling that I had when I was playing like Final Fantasy VII on the PS1 and like Zelda on N64, and like coming home from school and watching Toonami, watching Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing, like that feeling of like excitement and like fun and just like high energy that I feel like's been sort of missing in a lot of like modern comics. And like I just wanted to bring like a new take. There's not like a lot of fantasy comics out there, and like if there are, they definitely don't bring this sort of like sci-fi kind of like modern element that I want to kind of infuse into it, you know? So it's not like it's fantasy, but it's not like old-timey fantasy, right? Like the characters' names, like our main character's name is Varric, the princess's name is Roxy. Like it's very easy to read and understand. Like there's not these like Barothelmir and stuff like that is like the things that are like hard to remember, you know? Shit. Yeah, so it's like it's modern language, it's modern aesthetics, because there's like in the main city where the humans live, there's like malls and cars and like all like stuff like that. But you compound it with the Sol-Strikers are this kingdom's elite line of soldiers, and their weapons are called sunblades, and they're basically a sword that has the power of the sun, like it's been like harnessed and infused into their sword. And it's like the only thing, like sun's the only thing that can kill Fomorians, because they're all like vampires, werewolves, like those kinds of like those type of monsters. So the only thing they're weak against, they're immortal in all of their aspects, but the only thing they're weak against is sunlight, so they can't come out in the sunlight. And so the way that humans have been able to sort of dominate the war up until this point is they've been able to harness solar power, and they infuse it into their swords, and that's how they fight these monsters.
It's easy, it flows, the style's cool. The main thing, story. I'm happy they're not Maleficent, and they got real names. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. This character is your main character. What was his name?
Yeah, his name is Varric Nobleson. Yeah, so we've got like 4 main characters. Varric Nobleson's him. This guy right here, his name's Axel Arrington. The other girl on the cover, not her, but that's the princess. Her name's Roxy Sakai, and then the other girl on the cover on the bottom left, all the way in the bottom, with the red hair. Yeah, her name's Gwendolyn Santos. And so those are kind of like the 4. Yeah, the 4, like the 4. Thank you so much.
Love the designs of that. I see we got some more. Now, see, I wasn't looking when we were doing things. This is true. Get a website up to buy from you directly. We should.
Yes, I know. We need to do that. We definitely need to do that.
You have, it's easy. ChatGPT, build the website, put it in. You got it, dude. You know, it's easier than you think now, you know?
Okay. Yeah. And I'm definitely going to, over the Christmas break, I'm going to try to get that
just
going.
Anything. You have your covers, Wix too. I use Wix for my website, and, you know, it gets that. Someone said I got that cover. That's sick. Thank you for
Chris.
Backing. Modern comics shifted to more drama writing than action, and action needs to be first. It's a visual medium. If I want to see a soap opera, I'll watch a soap opera. But I want to see some growth storytelling. Of course, you need it, but the art really needs to be leading.
No, they're like my opinion on it is that there needs to be like really compelling stories. And I personally just don't think people saying they're talking is a compelling story just in general. You know what I mean? Like I think there needs to be compelling stories where like things happen and like
Yeah.
plot moves forward, but there's also character development. And it's like it's again, it's way easier for us to just say than to actually do. Like, you know, as writing, it's there's a lot of moving parts when you're going into it. So I don't ever want to like come down on someone else for like doing it a way that that doesn't resonate as much with me. But like, it's just um, my personal opinion is that like there needs to be a focus on the action, there needs to be a focus on the plot and the character development, and there needs to be like an overall like feeling of like what like you want to keep moving forward with these characters. Like my opinion is like when you're done reading the book, you should want to feel like I want to keep hanging out with these people. I want to know what happens to these people. I want to know where this goes. You know. Thank you,
Yeah,
Igor. Thank you so much.
linear storytelling. Linear storytelling, you know, and of course you want to fill out all the plot holes, and that's why it's good to have that full issue. But especially with indie comics in a crowdfunding space, not like Image Comics, like in a crowdfunding space, you really do have to put that full story or in a 1 to 2 issue sequence because it's just too far apart, you know? So it's like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just builds that certain way. And
Yeah, and
I want
for the first book
continue.
that we did, for this first book of Soul-Striker, like we do end on a cliffhanger because I do want all the books until it's totally done. I want there to be a cliffhanger, so want you to keep
Yeah, yeah.
going. Um, but I feel like we have like there is a story that sort of begins, middle, and ends in this first book in a sense, right? Not in like the macro literal sense, because like I said, it does end on a cliffhanger, and like in many ways, it is the whole first issue is kind of like a world sort of table setting for like what's happening, but each character has an arc through like each of the main characters has an arc that they go through in this first book, and like I said, and then kind of tease them up for the next one.
Yeah, and that makes sense because same with me. I do cliffhangers and things like that, but you having like the same way you see things in a video game perspective. You have the side quests, you have those little missions
Mhm.
that get to the big mission before, of course, like that big thing that
Yeah.
transpires. And thank you.
Thank you.
And that's a good comment. Now, Caffeinated Wolf, if someone grabs something on the Second Chance campaign, how quickly do the books ship?
I'll ship them. I mean, so it's me shipping them out from my shipping center right here in my office. I'll
Yeah.
get them out as soon as I can. Like so within a couple of days, yeah. And then I
Uh,
ship them through like USPS, so like it should be like 2 or 3 days shipping once I get to the post office.
Nice. There we go. What Kabuto Studios? What Ken you don't like reading about Spider-Man's 6,000th breakup with MJ? We do like it, and we love Marvel.
No, I do love Marvel. I do. I mean, I like I do think that the constant repetitive nature of a lot of Western comics is something that I wish we could like move forward more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's um, like if you look at like the X-Men or like Batman or whatever, like there seems to be like a progression, and then like around the mid 2000s, they kind of got in this mode of like kind of like retelling stories over and over again, in different formats and different like universes. Different. So like I do kind of wish we go back to that like sort of pre 2000s mode where like the character moved forward and like there was a linear direction of them going. Like I think that would be cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, I love Marvel and DC, dude. Like I grew up with superheroes. Like that's like my shit, you know?
Yeah, I love Marvel and DC. I think exactly like you said, it's I feel like, but that's why the big books are winning, like a Battle Beast, you know, a Skin Breaker, Spawn is moving forward, Absolute Universe is moving forward. And I feel like those
Mhm,
are the ones that are hitting these home runs. And even with the new Youngblood, you know, you write it. I thought the
mhm.
new Youngblood issue 1 was better than the first
Oh,
one. So I
sick.
thought, you
Yeah.
know, I
Oh,
definitely
shout
think
out to Rob, dude. Shout out to Rob Liefeld, dude. Rob's the man. Like I said, like he got me on some of those books, those remaster books. Like I love Rob's energy and his enthusiasm. His podcast is like top notch.
yeah, dude, he's super inspiring, and
Totally.
because we brought that up, I think I got this one. There you go.
Classic John Byrne Brown and tan. Now, you fought the Hulk in this outfit, no?
Nice. Let me see if we shared everything that you sent me because I want to make sure we look at all these awesome art pages. So yeah, sick concept. Love the design all the way through. It's sick. You see the action. I love the movement. That's no CGI there. That's some real lines and inks, you know?
Yeah,
And I think this was the last page you sent me. Which character is this right here?
that's Varric. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I love the
yeah,
mask, sick
yeah.
design,
Thank you, thank
sword.
you.
blood's crazy. You got to be picking up this book. Werewolves, everything. I like the whole aspect. You mixed it, but it still doesn't look like it's out of place. You know, when people mix things,
Thank
it
you.
looks out of place in a sense of, you know, they're like, oh, they're just throwing vampires in. Like you could see it's a world, you know, and I really
Yeah.
like the that world aspect. And
And that whole book, the whole first book was drawn. The pencils and inks on my end were all done. Were all drawn traditionally. I saw a review where someone was saying that it looked like it was all digital, like it was digital, and I was like, no, it's the color is obviously digital, but like I drew the entire thing traditionally. So I have all the pages of it, like right there on the shelf.
If you're on the computer, you go on our website. We had our shop. You can grab that amazing V Ken cover. There it is right here, only $10. You signed a bunch for me at one of the conventions, and I can gladly say we sold them all, you know, so that was
Nice.
super cool. You know, we sold all those double signs. I snuck them in there. I just left them at 10, see how everyone rips. I never did the two. I was like, of course, the ones on the website, I always like showed that we sold out, but there's some things we sell it on Kickstarter or sell on conventions. I was like, yeah, let me leave it out and show everybody what we're doing. And I recently did this as well. So if you want to check out everything that we're doing, I put you on here too. There you are. Wait, let's say there you are. There you are. Right
Nice.
there. Cover artist, Project Naosis 5. Boom. You can click on that. You get his Instagram. No problem. Check out all of his stuff. Super cool. That was that awesome Kanan White cover.
Yeah, that's sick. I've been seeing that on the Instagram. The Instagram and the X, yeah. No, I can't crush it, man.
We're at 3,112, 62 backers, 11 days to go. Super sick. Check out Lethal Leopard as well, which is live. Super cool. Covers, $15. Cover B20. We have ash cans, black and whites, virgins, all that cool stuff. Don't want to miss it.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain about setting up a web store website just to see what.
Yeah. Wix is super cool. I like what Wix is doing because like even like the layout, it's not that like I had someone originally like set it up for me, but then like once you like kind of like get the rhythm of everything, like it's easy to like do everything. And then once you make a homepage in a shop, it's just like boom, buy, and you get to the thing and oh, I gotta move these are out of stock. Like sometimes I don't notice things because we're the ones.
Are you using Shopify or is that
no? This is all straight Wix, and I do it through Wix, and everything is
gotcha
through that, which is super sick. So yeah,
cool.
Anything else you would like to share? Anything else coming up on the horizons to be on the lookout for? When do you think we'll get that new Green Lantern news?
I just got the news for it a couple days ago, so it probably won't be for a while. Yeah, I'm trying to think like what I can actually talk about because so much of it is like not announced or like I can't talk about. So just
which is crazy too. Like when you go on streams, you should be able to just be like, "Yo, coming soon. We got a crazy thing." Because we're in such a medium, fast-moving pace, and it's not like I even did this. This is actually pretty funny. Like, because I sometimes get the books a couple weeks before they come out, or whenever some stores get them, they just send them to me, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you can't have that." I'm like, "Why?" I'm telling everyone to buy them. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
The books, dude. Like, I bought them. You should buy them. You know, the stores give it to me because I drop hundreds of dollars a month in that store. Give me my books.
So I'm gonna. See, I don't even know. I don't know how much this is about. I don't want to get in trouble. That's the thing. Like, I would
don't
love
want
to
you
like
in trouble. This is a good stream.
Yeah. So no. Well, I'll just say keep a lookout in the Green Lantern world. For me. And in the creator-owned world. And yeah, just follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll post as soon as I can about certain things. You know. So.
Screw it, done. Just ordered the foil set and an extra copy of the book for my buddy.
Oh, sweet. Thank you so much, Paul.
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew, wait. Oh, Andrew's the one who said, awesome. Dude, Andrew, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So Andrew said, screw it, done. Just ordered the foil cover set and an extra copy of the book for my buddy. So even on here, V Ken, I'm getting you some sales, even though it's from Andrew, our guy. And with that...
And the old folks wished them well.
Nice.
Or this is a better one. There we go. We need that. Happy to get you some nice
Oh,
bread and
thank you,
butter for you.
Andrew. Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
It's a sick book. I'm happy we were able to look at it. Happy to instruct what you're doing. I definitely think. How many pages was Sol-Stryker?
Right, it was 64 pages total. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
52 pages of story, and then we had 12 pages of like back matter, sketches, behind the scenes stuff.
And then let me try to pull it up for you real quick so I could pull up the link that I should have had so people could see it. There we go. And how do I share? Maybe I could share it like this. So yeah, Sol-Stryker, so sick. You got to check it out. I'm going to blow this up. Let me see once it sends. There you go. You grab that. Check out that link. Sol-Stryker on Indiegogo still. Ships them out. Ready to roll for you. Raised already over $40,000 and now $2,853 on Indiegogo. So many things to choose from. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit up V Ken. He wouldn't want to miss out. He'd love to hear from you if you have any questions on grabbing his books. All these covers are sick. Only $25. And then how much is shipping? Like 10?
I think so. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
so
super
it's something
sick.
like that. Yeah.
Super sick. They got some crazy deals. He has crazy art deals as well. Everybody got to check those out. And yeah, dude, I think this was a very successful stream. We did a nice solid hour. I appreciate you for coming on and we setting this up, and it's super cool.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thanks for having me. Thanks to everyone who stopped by the chat. Thank you, Andrew, for picking up more Sol-Stryker. Yeah, it was so much fun hanging out, and hopefully I'll get to see you at a convention this year.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be at San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and Terrificon. I'm confirmed for, and HersheyCon, which I was trying to make V go to, but he's so busy. But and yeah, all right. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for everyone that checked us out. Make sure you check out Sol-Stryker, check out Green Lantern, check out Nightwing. Is Nightwing out right now?
No, it's coming out this month though. I think this month in January. I think they're coming out. I think.
So make sure you get in December and January. Get the V Ken interiors that he's doing and post it on social media so people know that you're hyped about it. You're hyped about this artwork. That's how the needle moves. Caffeinated Wolf, I hope to all be at the same con together soon. That would be awesome.
That would be sick.
You know, you got to come up or we got to go down, but we're up here. We need you at New York. We need a Rippaverse Center at New York, and that would be super cool. But yeah, thanks so much. Have an amazing day, everybody, and I will see you next time.
And that's all, folks.